Greetings everybody, Shiv here. Alrighty, well, I was nice and enjoying my Easter holiday here after watching the Insomnia True Silver Championship number 2, only to be brought back to my computer. Thank you, IGN. Alright, so a new card was revealed that we really need to talk about, and while we're at it, we'll also talk about the other card that was revealed the day before. Okay, and before we get to the review slash preview, I'd like to thank everybody for being active in the comment section. You guys are really impressing me. The amount of helpful information that is showing up there is just a wealth of positive influence on the community, and really shows that you guys actually care about your community, and I love seeing that. Alright, keep up the good work. Alright, so let's get to the thing that you guys all want to see. Infest! 3-mana hunter spell. Okay. Give your minions death rattle, add a random beast to your hand. Okay, let's pro-con this a little bit here. We'll start with the cons. Cons! Alright. Have to have minions on the board. Not that big of an issue when you consider Unleash the Hounds and Snake Trap. Okay. So I guess that's not really too much of a con, but it is somewhat of one. Because it's 3 mana, you'll have to wait till at least, 4, 5, or 6 before this is even relevant. It kind of sucks. Other con, you're getting beasts. Now, this isn't to say that all beasts are bad, but a lot of them have some pretty garbage stats. Thank you, Silverback Patriarch. So, yeah. And also, playing them on their mana cost isn't always overly value-centric. There are some exceptions to this, obviously. And this is RNG, so you might get some pretty crap-tacular ones. Hey, but at least you don't have to worry about a fucking parrot. Thank you, Standard. And the last little bit here, and this is something I saw a few people got a little bit confused about in a couple forums that I stalk. It is not going to synergize with N'Zoth, alright? There was actually a blue post involving N'Zoth where it actually brought up this scenario. If, minions were given Death Rattle, would they come back? No, they would not. Alright, so no, this isn't going to do that. Sorry guys, it's just not how that works. It'd be cool if it did, but no, it doesn't. Alright, so let's get to some of the upside stuff. Alright, so I already brought up Unleash the Hounds and Snake Trap. These are going to be probably the two most positive things for this. But again, that mana cost is going to be a little bit of an issue here. This is not directly card draw, but it is increasing hand advantage with actual bodies and minions. Many times when you're playing a hunter, you might just have a handful of spells and this, that, and the other. So getting some minions back at a crucial time could be really fucking important. This is a great little thing you could set up to basically stop people from AoEing, because they have to worry about what you're going to get from this. The RNG could play some havoc on that. And let's not forget, Ironbeak Owl is a beast, so that could actually play into that. But there are some really good beasts out there. There's the Raptor that Druid has. There's that Moonkin that they have. There's Highmane, King of Beasts, so there's definitely some pretty decent ones out there. Oh, and I almost forgot King Crush. Sorry. And that new Worm. Yeah, so there could be some cool shit there, guys. Some definite cool shit. Now, it is a spell, which means you can play it with Lock and Load, and, that could be interesting, though I don't really see this as a card I really want to play with Lock and Load. But, hey, sometimes shit happens in Arena. So, yeah. It could be cool, could be interesting. But again, we're kind of in a vacuum. We've seen one new beast, and we're going to kind of have to wait till we see a couple others before we can really see how well this is going to be. Now, will Blizzard continue with the ideology of, hey, let's make beasts shitty? I don't know. I mean, we did get one really good one in that Sandworm, but, it doesn't feel overly that good, considering. But we could see some other good level beasts come out of there. Now, there are a couple Hunter cards that work really well with Beast. As we all know, there's Houndmaster and there's Kill Command. So, being able to kind of get you another Beast so that you can activate either one of these could be one of those crucial things that Hunter could really rely on. So, yeah. But let's be honest with each other, folks. Will this change the way Hunters play their game? Most likely not. Hunters do one thing very well, and that's go to the face. Pretty much all their designs are based around that. Even more mid-range ones are based on that. Even the secret death trap recipe one pretty much revolves around this concept. Alright? They go face very well. And it's just kind of a true fact. And anything that doesn't overly promote that agenda doesn't tend to do very well with them. So this could be a great card, alright? It could be, but again, without the rest of the set, making a prediction in this vacuum is a little sketchy. So let's table this one, alright? It's a wait and see sort of deal. Alright, and now to the card that literally got me off my ass from enjoying my exuberance this holiday. Ragnaros, the Light Lord. The Light Lord. 8 mana, Paladin, 8/8. At the end of your turn, restore 8 health to a damage-friendly character. You'll notice that there is a little bit of text that is not here, that is on the regular Ragnaros. The one that says cannot attack. Yes, this one can attack. So, congratulations, you now get a giant that can heal. Isn't that just special? So if you got a clear board, you play this down, boom, 8 to the face in health. Nice. So, yeah, that's kind of a big anti-kill bot if you really want to think about it. It's like 3 mana more expensive anti-kill bot, but you get an 8/8 body out of it, which also means it dies to big game hunter, Siphon Soul, so on and so on and so on and so on. Alright, so this card has the potential of being really fucking good. I'm not even kidding. I mean really fucking good. I mean, I'm not even completely sober, and even I can see this card might be broken as fuck. Alright? Which, you know, kind of goes along this little thematic lines that Blizzard's been doing with Paladin. With every set, they've been increasing their power level one step, this, that, and the other. And now with Standard coming, a good amount of that power just went right out the fucking window. And here you get Ragnaros the Light Lord. But let's not be completely naive, ladies and gentlemen. Big Game Hunter does exist, as we've already stated. There's a lot of other removal tools out there that could really just play havoc with this. Not to mention the fact it is sharing the same mana cost as the tried and true Tyrion. Alright? On the upside, you don't have to worry about your opponent playing a Sylvanas and then, you know, you pinging said Sylvanas with your 8 damage flame thing and then losing your Ragnaros. No, no. Now you have to worry about them running this into Ragnaros and stealing it. So, yeah, there it is. But with being at 8 mana, it's going to be sharing a slot there, and that the deck that's going to run this and Tyrion are going to have to be designed with that in mind and really carefully played out. So, yeah, the fact that this guy can attack really does help things out quite nicely. But again, unless they change Big Game Hunter, this guy's value is getting a little bit decreased. But all the even money is saying that Big Game Hunter is most likely going to get changed. The theory out there is probably going to be involving something involving dragons, which would make sense considering the lore behind him. So, yeah, definitely possible. But this card is just kind of scary and yet kind of cool at the same time. It's fucking Ragnaros the Light Lord. So, I know some of you might be going, how the hell can Ragnaros suddenly become a Paladin card? How the hell? Okay, well, let's go through a little bit of lore when it comes to the Old Gods. Alright, so before Azeroth split to the 4 continents, the Old Gods dominated it, and they also dominated the Elemental Lords, which basically made them their bitch, for all intents and purposes. Which means the Elemental Lords had to do whatever they said. So yeah, it's it's feasibly possible that, you know, say Cthulhu said, "Hey, Ragnaros, hey buddy, I need you to heal up my army as they go and fight Nazoths." Couldn't even say it. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. You know, elemental lord that literally lives in lake of molten rock, slings fire around, has a giant flaming fucking hammer. Sure, this is the guy I want healing me. Nothing says, you know, doctor's care like, you know, third-degree burns. So it's a little strange. It feels like it's a little bit too much, you know, artistic liberties here, right? But it's not the first time Blizzard has done something where they've changed how one minion that has come from the more traditional lore of Hearthstone to fit their theme a little bit more. I mean, we saw that with, you know, Doomhogger. So yeah, it's definitely fucking possible, and definitely not the first time we've seen it. But this just goes to show you, he who makes the game can create whatever bullshit fucking fluff they want in order to justify what they put into it. Alright? Seriously, they can. I mean, nobody had ever seen what the fucking Nazoth ever looked like. And here we have just basically a giant octopus. So, fuck it. They can do whatever they want. It's their game. They make the rules, they make the lore, they make whatever the fuck they want. That's the cool thing about a company like them. So, yeah. But outside of that, I don't know, man. This card just... What the hell? What the fucking hell, man? So now, here's the question for you. Do you replace Lay on Hands with this guy? I mean, that's a tough call. That's a tough call. Could we see Paladins become more of a control-centric based deck to where they could actually maybe even fatigue now? Could this guy enable fatigue? Well, probably not, but it's an interesting concept. This is a really uncharted territory for Blizzard here, and they're taking some bold steps here, and with this I'm kind of hoping we'll see some more bold steps and see some other great creations. But my god, this thing is just... what the hell? So yeah, anyway, so that's all for this preview / review. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe, share this out there to the rest of the world. Don't forget to take to the comment section. Let me know what you think of these cards. Let me know your thoughts on Ragnaros the Light Lord. Is this card possibly amazing as fuck, or is it absolute trash? Alright? And as always, till next time, this is Shiv saying, stay safe, have fun, and free Cthulhu. Peace.